Hello and welcome! This is Krylic bringing you Kerbal space program. We last left off Elune Project 3 rescue in orbit around the moon. We are posed and ready to rescue this guy. I know some of you be thinking, hey, didn't we already watch you land the Elune Project 3 on the moon? Well, yes and no. That was a redoing because I didn't record the first half. Somehow it got corrupted and didn't actually have the footage, just the audio. So I redid it so that way if any skeptics were out there to say, hey, this thing, there's no way you get that large ass thing in the air. Well, here it is. So here we are with the actual mission. This is a lot different because I actually have a target to try and land close to. I do have a self-propelled buggy, but if you have to go 100 kilometers, it's going to be a pain in the ass. Alright, for those that haven't guessed, the Elune Project 3 consists of 3 parts. Top part is the satellite, followed by the Rover probe, and then the actual lander that drops off the base. While the first 2 parts may just be added on as to make it an all-inclusive package, the actual lander is very important. I need to get this thing relatively close to my crash site. If I don't, I have a long trip to take with that buggy. The difference between this and the footage from a couple weeks ago is the fact that I only have 1 chance, whereas before if I messed up, I could just do it again. This is the mission. I only have 1 chance. If I mess it up, I've just spent, what, 5 hours getting here, and I highly doubt the poor Kerman on the moon has much oxygen left. Although I really don't know how much his ship would actually carry, so who knows. The FX-1 space fighter, like the one here that crash-landed Trident's Forge, are evolutionized versions of the FX-1 that I built on the demo version. I end up getting the full version, mostly because of the space planes and the extra planets and everything else you go to. But if you're just curious about Kerbal Space Program, I would highly recommend at least just trying the demo version. It is extremely fun. I'll later be doing a tutorial that has just to do with the parts from the demo version, and then I might be getting into more of an advanced tutorial, the stuff with the full version, for instance, like weight on space planes and stuff like that. But anyways, back to the Elune Project 3. I'm going to be judging the success of this mission based on the fact of whether or not I can land this thing, and if I can get this thing to land. If I do land, if I can land it reasonably close to the crash site. The other 2 parts are not so important, so we're not going to be judging if I can land the Rover, although the Rover I actually have never successfully landed it. The first attempt with the footage attempt, I didn't I forgot to jettison the extra fuel tanks, so when it landed I couldn't get it off of it. And the second attempt, I came in with too much horizontal speed and then flipped and crashed and broke it, smithereens. And then the footage, it had a force and it just wouldn't stop spinning, so I couldn't actually try landing it there. So, not having the highest expectations with the mission, although we'll see. So, see what happens. success. You have no idea how happy I was to actually successfully land this thing. Such a relief, and we're only about a kilometer away, so not that far away. I have to judge this pretty good. Feeling pretty good right now. Also kind of cool that we landed on the dark side of the moon. It's kind of scenic and mysterious. You're like, oh, it's out there. Kind of creepy, you know? Could be monsters, all that good jive out there. Not forgetting to put parking brake on this time, so it doesn't go floating away. But as you can see, this thing doesn't have a battery, so it runs out of juice really quick. So I gotta get this out of the way. Otherwise, it's just gonna clutter up the area and land it somewhere else out of the way. Alright, there, you little bugger. You better be glad I didn't decide to scrap you off like I did with the test footage. Alright, here we have the satellite. Like I said in the previous episode of Kerbal Space Program, I actually lost 2 of the satellite arrays, so I only have 1. I did have contingency. I put that docking part in the back. I really don't need one, as it does have enough juice to, or enough to regenerate enough energy to keep it going, so it's not really an issue unless I lose that other satellite array. So let's hope that doesn't happen. And here we have the communication satellite in place. to the buggy. I have affectionately named this the Scarab, as it is a little bugger. It is everything on this base is anonymous or computer controlled, except for the escape pod, because we don't want the freaking computer brain going, "Fuck you guys, I'm out of here." That'd be bad. So here we are gonna go and rescue the Kerman stuck there on the crash site. Do a little test here to make sure I got my steering and everything lined up, because last thing you want to do is get this far and then lose your buggy. There is the crash site, the FX1 Trident's Forge. It's been there for about, what, 10 hours? Took a few hours to land and get here, and then it took the Elune Project 3 about 5 hours to get here. So yeah, he's been sitting out in this thing for about 10 hours. Poor guy. About flipped the Scarab there a few seconds ago, which would have been very bad. But in the first test footage try, I actually did take this out for a little spin and found out that it can tumble a little bit. Most it'll usually take is maybe take out a light or one of the antenna arrays on top. But other than that, not have to worry about it. The one on Kerbal, on the other hand, on the Kerbal crater, the base there, I do have to be very careful while I was testing out that buggy. Gotta be very careful not to flip it, otherwise you will destroy it. And here we are, FX1 crash site. As you can see, it came down a little hard and knocked out the front end of it, and it's also missing a couple wings, so it's not going anywhere. Oh boy, is he ready to get out of there, old Jenbus. Apparently 10 hours makes you freaking crazy and you've been stuck in the same spot for that long. Yep, came down a little hard, uneven, took out the front landing gear, 2 wings, and the front fuel pod, so yeah, I'm not going too far. Although I'm pretty happy I've landed at least once. Didn't have flags back then, so I couldn't plant one. But yeah, let's get this guy back to the base. Goodbye, Trident's Forge, and hello, Elune Project 3.
You guys, I am going home.
Now, you really didn't think I was gonna do all this work, send a base to the moon to rescue this guy, just to have him go straight home? Yeah, not likely. You know he's gonna be staying, doing a little bit of research and similar stuff, whatever carbons do on the moon. So, yeah, I'm not gonna be just sending him here just to be like, oh, screw you guys. Let's go back and check out some of this stuff here. Actually, before we go inside, let's get to business. We need to find a place to plant our flag here on the moon. Lucy, I'm home. Where you at, Lucy? Lucy, you have some spanning to do. But anyways, for those who didn't watch the previous episode, this is the command module where mission commands can be taken from. Next to it, to the right, is the barracks where he's going to be sleeping, and that was the escape pod. And right there at the top is the buggy called Scarab. Alright, and finally the Rover. Haven't actually landed this thing successfully yet, so let's see what happens. Alright, this thing is composed of 3 parts. We have the top, which is the actual propulsion unit, and then we actually have the probe itself, and then below it is the external fuel tank with monopropellant. And like I said before, the first attempt I had forgot to separate before I landed, so when it landed I couldn't get it off of the external fuel tank. That footage was unusable as it was just audio. Same with the second attempt, that crash just simply came in too hot and disintegrated. And then on the third attempt, which was the actual footage I showed you guys previously, I didn't actually get to try to land it as it got some kind of force, maybe the Kraken, maybe, who knows, and just started spinning. I couldn't actually gain control of it, so let's see how all this goes. here I am trying to maybe scope out a spot to land on either maybe the South or North Pole before realizing, hey, I've never actually landed this damn thing. Let's just try to just do something simple and just not frick with my orbit. So let's take baby steps. don't come in too fast. Don't come in fast. Shit, shit. Slow down. Don't fall over, don't fall over. Alright, good, good, good. Let's just get rid of the top and we're good. You're drunk, go home. Leave me alone. Alright, success. We have officially had complete mission success. I really did not foresee this happening, especially this degree of success. I wasn't really expecting to land a kilometer away from the crash site, and I really wasn't expecting the rover to land at all. I had 3 attempts previous, and none of them had worked, so yeah, I wasn't too confident about this. The lander part wasn't quite as a surprise as I did actually do it with the test footage, or the actual footage, or the test footage to show you what the mission was going to be like a couple weeks ago, and so everything's good. I haven't come up with a nickname of the rover yet. Kind of leaning towards maybe something like Peter Parker or Tiger. In fact, it kind of reminds me of a spider, but there's a few things that do this crazy thing with his legs or claws. So I don't know. Leave a comment what you think. I haven't really put much thought into it. But anyways, the landing gear I put on here was mostly for the landing, as it doesn't really have an issue with flipping, but even if it does flip, it's pretty well designed to where it can flip on its own. But nice little feature that if it does manage to get stuck on its back or something, I can flip it over. I was going to do this with the buggy, but didn't quite have the room on it to put anything extra. I put a lot of batteries and a few other things that were needed in case I didn't land close enough, but yeah, definitely a nice little feature here to have on your buggies and rovers to keep them from flipping and getting stuck. So there we have it, the Elune Project 3 mission. I haven't really gone too much further than this in the game. My next project is going to be designing a air superiority fighter. It is not going to be a VTOL ship. It's going to be a standard ship. I will be designing a jet fighter to do that. But one of my primary goals is to make one that is extremely fast and also very maneuverable. So, making my, I guess you could say, my own version of the F-22 Raptor. So, let's see how that goes. Alright, that is all the time we have for today. Stay frosty, my friends.